point from 9 at home, as you can see. Disappointing 0-0 draw today. Some people think that it's not a bad result under the circumstances. The fact that the last home game we lost 6-1. This time we kept a clean sheet. I don't know if that's the level of optimism that you lot are sharing at home. I want to hear it. I want to see. So yeah, Xander, I'm here with KG, of course, as usual, and man like Aiden, aka Jota. KG, what are you saying, man? Like, what's your thoughts on that 0-0?
Listen, the game was so dead, yeah. Look, I got a scar in my eye. I just started picking it, bro. Can you see that? Like, bro, I was bored. I was bored out of my skull. Like, but then, to be honest, at the end of it, when the whistle blew, I was like, you know what? We tried to win the game. I don't think Chelsea came out. I don't remember De Gea being tested at least once. You know, I can't remember. I don't know if you lot remember anything, but I remember the new keeper pulling off at least 2 or 3 saves. That's about it. In terms of will that point help us at the end of the season? Who knows? You know, but like I just think it was good. It was good defensively. My main thing that I want to say is, are you telling me that Maguire was injured against that PSG game? Everyone should believe in what I said before. I said that they saved him because they wanted him to manage his confidence. And once again, Maguire getting the clean sheet. Like, if anything we can do today, we can actually praise the back four, because defensively we were sound. That's all I can say. That's the only thing I can look at and say, you know, this was good. But there's still things. Again, Ollie critique. The one Ollie critique is, this James thing is not working, in it. Like, I think just let Donny van der Beek try it. Do you know what I mean? I think we've given James, there's been a few games when you've seen James start, it's just not working, you know? And I even thought maybe he scores today. Not at all. So, yeah, those are my takes, to be honest. But again, we're kicking on. This was people were saying that Ollie can get sacked in this period, and we've got a result like we haven't lost yet. You know what I mean? In these dire games. So let's keep going. Let's go.
Suyash says, no KG, we didn't try to win. Why is Donny on the bench and Daniel James plays, which you kind of did just say. I'm literally feeling like someone is dying. I think that's yeah, I don't know. That just sums up some of the feeling. I think that's a bit overboard. But Aiden, look, you've got your concerns over Ollie and stuff like that. How did you see that performance from a tactical position? Was it just that the players weren't up for it and didn't have intensity, or did you see something a bit more long-lasting there?
Look, the one takeaway I'll have from this game, and I'll tell you this thing for now, I have seen this so many times. I feel like I'm going in a circle. Like, it's so irritating. We play well, we field a good team, we have a good performance, and Ole, just for some reason, for what reason, I don't know, just goes back in on it. Happened against City and Spurs last year. It's happened against Chelsea before. It's happened again today. Like, I genuinely don't know what the thought of. I could understand, okay, Twanzebe wants to save him for Leipzig, one or two changes. But, like, what does McTominay offer? Why is Mata starting over Van der Beek? Van der Beek is Mata with pace. That's literally what he is, with tenacity. Why are we seeing, like, I don't know, there's so many things wrong with the game in terms of the lineup. I'm so frustrated. Do you know what the one thing is, yeah? Ole shot himself in the foot, because as soon as he brought on the players we all wanted to start, we had loads of chances. He said that thing about the Stretford end in the end. If there was a crowd there, if you did the right lineup, then maybe we would have scored. Start Pogba, start them, man. You saw what they did at the end of the game. Why didn't you start them? Like, it honestly baffles me, like, some of the decisions that are, if I'm honest, like, I don't know. Like,
Can I jump in on there though? Do you feel that Pogba done anything when he came on?
Nah, mate.
Not even
it wasn't even Pogba though. It wasn't even Pogba. It was just the chance creation that you had. Greenwood, Pogba, Cavani, all one on. You saw Cavani, yeah? Half a chance he almost scored. Cavani got about. Did he get any chances? No. And it's like, even with those players like Greenwood, Pogba on, we just played better. We had more pressure. Of course, Chelsea played for the draw, but it's like, why didn't they start? You know?
Go on. So, Aiden, you're saying play the better players. Bill Ingram says KG is the title challenge still on.
100%, bruv. We win our next game. We're third. Yes, it's still on, bro.
Well, we got to get there first. And Roy Amanta says, KG, my brother, I still remember what you said from the PSG game, #legend. super chats flying in. Get your messages in. We'll get those read out for you guys. Xander, I know you're frustrated, but not necessarily with the result.
No, I'm frustrated with the result because it's 0-0. It's boring. It wasn't a good game. I'm just not flying off the wall, losing my head like every other muppet on social media. Yeah, it's frustrating. It wasn't a good game. I don't think Ollie necessarily got the team news right. I don't think Dan James should play. I don't think Mata should necessarily play either. I do like the midfield with like McTominay, Matic, Fred, Bruno. I like that, midfield where Matic and McTominay can rotate because I just think it gives it more balance. And I think Ole's always going to play 3 in the midfield. And when he does that, I don't really like Pogba, Bruno in the same team as much. I think it's quite imbalanced. So I didn't really mind it going up to the forward line. And then obviously you look at the forward line and you think that's so dodgy. You can obviously make the argument that Chelsea's back four are quite back five rather are back quite slow. And so you put Dan James in there rather than Donny van der Beek and you try and exploit that weakness. I get that, but I think I've said it so many times. How many times you have to see Daniel James fiddle about with it in the final third for you to realise that he's not good enough? Because he's not, is he? He's not. But
is that it? Like I don't want to write players off. I don't want to. We don't want to be like, let's hope we never see him play for us again. Nothing like that. But in terms of what you think the future will hold for Dan James, and is there a way we can get anything out of him? Is Ollie just using him the wrong way round, bring him on for the last 10 as opposed to starting him or something like that? Can you see anything with that?
Did you see the chance when he was like pretty much was through on, then he ran
didn't do anything with the ball.
He ran it, and it was like,
it's not the first time that's happened either. It always happens with Dan James. He's just like, when he comes into the final third, he absolutely shits it. So no, I don't think there's a future for him at United. If there is, all the best to him. It suits me. It's mutually beneficial if he does well. Do you know what I mean? So I want him to do well. I'm not a quote unquote hater in that sense, but I don't see a future for him at Man United. But when as well, like obviously he sort of started the team that started against Newcastle and not against PSG. If he kept the team, right, people will be saying, oh, that's brilliant. But then in the past, off the back of a good result, and he's kept the same side, and we've gone into the next game and lost because it's not necessarily suited that game in particular, and he's just keeping the same. People lose the Redders. He can't win, man. He can't win unless he actually does. Do you know what I mean? People can't look at the games and think, I can see what he's trying to do there. So, yeah, not losing my head. And actually, the 3 points behind third at the moment. So, I'm not saying that's brilliant. And I'm not saying that, that, vindicates the result and the performance today. But what it does do, it says to you that, listen, everyone's having a mad season. So, don't lose your head over a 0-0 result.
Sean Collins says, one step back with that lineup today. I feel sorry for Van der Beek. Dan James equals a championship player at best. On the plus, we didn't lose. So, a little bit of positivity there. KG, does Ollie need to come away from this safe team now? How we were kind of saying he needs to steady the ship after the 6-1, which he successfully did against Newcastle. Different ball game altogether against PSG, but then back to the same team against Newcastle. Didn't change a winning team as they call it. Yeah. Does he need to come away from that and go back to some more A-listers? Does he need to bring in Van der Beek? Does he need to? What do you think he needs to change for the next game? Because the next game's Arsenal in the Premier League.
There you go, perfect. And I actually believe that the idea was good. The idea was good. He said to himself, we played against Newcastle last week. Mata didn't do anything to get dropped against PSG. And a lot of fans, when we saw the PSG lineup, they said, where's Mata?
Because he was playing in the 5-3
game. There you go. So he went back to the team that he had success with against Newcastle. Now they didn't win. So now you can say to the other players, look, well, this is your chance now. I think you should get into the team on merit, on performance. I really feel like Donny van der Beek's performances, even the little cameo roles that he's done, deserves a lot more minutes than he is getting.
Bench, do you know what? I can say that this picture that we see after every game at some stage of him just in the stand, just like that. I know it's too early to be like, he's going to be upset and unsettled. I bet he's probably super professional and is probably waiting for his time and is going to go and he's like, I'm going to show them when I get the chance. But do you think, KG, this must be something in his head that's like, what you're starting these lot? I'm not really seeing much. I'm looking at Dan James.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think because like it or not, you come from Ajax, and I get it. Like this is even though we're not that Man United now, but then you can't just get in. You know what I mean? A lot of players will come here and be like, "Right, I've got to work to get in." You got Pogba sitting on the bench for McTominay and Fred. Again, like this doesn't usually happen, but I feel that those players' performances before the McTominay and Fred performance is keep me in the team until I play bad enough to take me out of it. Now, the only thing I know Donny van der Beek can really argue with is no one can understand why Dan James is starting. Really, I don't think there's anything wrong with Mata, but the Dan James one is confusing. A part of me understands what he was trying to do. You got Thiago Silva, it's not very quick. You got Zuma, kind of decent, and you think to yourself, okay, he can punish them over there. But Reece James was quality. Sometimes we have to say we played against a good defensive side. Chelsea set up today not to lose. They didn't try to come out for the win. They set up not to lose. And I think because the first 28 minutes, I would say, is a ball fest. We didn't even have the ball too much. After that 28 minutes, we was in control of the game. So
I don't know, KJ. I don't.
When did you have them?
No. I mean, there's a difference for me. I mean, look, I'm not going off my head and saying it's all gone to shit and that, but from looking at it, I saw two teams who played within themselves, who were nervous, who just didn't want to lose. I don't really think anything controlled. Like there were passages of play where Chelsea had 70-odd%. Then 10 minutes later, we had 60-odd%. Yes, Mendy ended up being the busier of the two keepers, but that doesn't blind me into thinking that we played with intensity. We played with intent.
No, I didn't say. No, I'm not saying that because it was, bro. I almost fell asleep, fam. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you, I watched it like just chilling. Do you know what I mean? Like it was so boring. But again, what the main thing is, I could see a team that was set their team up just not to lose. And when we look back and we think, was De Gea tested? The answer is no. Do you know what I mean? So we had three chances on goal. We should have been a bit more clinical. Could have been a different game. But he needs to change. Right now, Oli has the right to say, you guys are not starting my next game. Because I think I should be taking out the team for poor performance. The only thing that's quite confusing is the drop in Twanzebe, but we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, and also with the 10 months layoff. Aidan, before I come to, I'll just read the super chat. M. Dot says, Flex, what team in the top 5 leagues does Dan James start for, especially when you see Chelsea line up defensive? Bielsa sub someone after 20 minutes. James didn't even come off at half time. Why? I mean, Aidan, what are you seeing with the James situation? I don't want it to be the Dan James show. It's only because I think, when you've got a player of Donny van der Beek's ilk or Mason Greenwood, which to be fair, he's been out for a host of reasons. And there's no Martial. Cavani's only just got fit. So I'm not saying all of these players should have played instead of Dan James, but Van der Beek is the most obvious one. But what do you think's going on with what they see in Dan James, or why Ollie's reluctant to change it, didn't change it at half time? Because to me, I could see after 7 minutes that actually this weren't going to be a game for Dan James, because he's up against Reece James, and then in another alley, he's got Azpilicueta right next to him. He's got Beek 2 men, and it was never going to happen. They were so deep.
You know what? Yeah, look, I guess it's a wider thing about Ole, to be honest. I think he's making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. Like, okay, I don't mean this like a period to Man United fans, don't mean this in a rude way, but how many times have we had this conversation and you're still asking yourself the same thing? Why is James starting? When did we first start having this conversation? Like a year ago, what? And we're still having it. And I find it very concerning. He didn't
play for like a year.
Pardon?
Wait, Dan James hasn't played often. He's not played often. He came in against Newcastle.
Okay, I think the main issue is for me, when I see a player like Dan James, and look, I know what Ole's done with Martial, but if you look at other players, specifically Bielsa, other managers, they tactically and technically develop players. I don't see, okay, you could say Martial because Ole's a striker, but I think Martial would have developed under any manager if he's played in nine.
He didn't.
I don't think Ole develops players technically like you would with the Bielsa, like you would with the Klopp. I don't see the fact that if you gave Jan James to Bielsa, he'd be firing relatively decent over a few weeks. But I just feel like Ole, if you give him a mediocre player, he doesn't make them better. He needs good players.
Rashford and Martial came off the season under Mourinho. They had no fun. They still played, but they didn't get Rashford last season, highest ever scoring season, 20-odd goals. Martial last season, highest ever scoring season, 20-odd goals. Mason Greenwood last season, first ever season.
Can I just chip in there and say something?
The point he's saying is that they're good players.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Players of that quality, if you play them in their position consistently, will perform. But players of Dan James' quality, if you put them in the position, they won't perform. And that's exactly what's happening.
They didn't perform under Mourinho.
No, Rashford just played at right wing. He was played at left back at times. He wasn't played in a specific position that he worked with. I'm honestly like, I don't know why Ole can't see it, but I think it's almost insulting to players like Van de Beek and players like Greenwood to play James. When's the last time James got a goal involvement? Do you guys know? Like,
what about Fred?
I think Fred was brilliant. I think he always has been.
Fred was a laughing stock under Mourinho, right? Fred was a laughing stock under Mourinho. Ole comes in and all of a sudden he's doing brilliant, but then we can't applaud him because it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
But then again, you could say that we've all agreed. Yeah, we said last season Fred needs about 10 games to get up and running. I don't think that because of Mourinho.
Oh no, Fred was dead under Mourinho.
Fred was dead under Mourinho, but Fred was dead under Mourinho. I think that's one player of an example. I think there's a lot of players that now they've just got a position, they've got better. I wouldn't say there's many mediocre players that Ole has made incredible. We already knew Rashford had ability. We already knew Martial had ability. Martial had world-class ability from when he was 19. I'm saying that players like Klopp, managers like Bielsa will take an average player and make them good.
Sorry,
I haven't
fellas.
seen that.
I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling. I'm
That's
sorry.
what I'm saying.
There's a different opinion.
Do you know what? Like this is really interesting because this is exactly what this community is about. This is exactly why us as fans, whether you're from far and wide, this is why we come and discuss football, because we can all watch the same thing but see completely different things. Brian in Tonji says, if we had been told to take 2 wins and a draw, we would have after Spurs. Fans need to stop the negativity. I back Ollie and the team he selects. Somebody else said, Xander, you can see you don't have to be Ollie out. You don't have to be Ollie out to see his flaws. And we're gonna keep this discussion going because this is what it is.
Can we talk about something? No. So Flex, I get it because there's many ways we can look at this football and there's many ways we can break stuff down. But sometimes you do have to praise some of the good things that was going on. So you can say that the turnaround in form of Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been for me.
Yeah, he was great today.
I find that he was brilliant today. Then it's like down to genetics, saying, he's just got long legs. No, he's a good defender. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's a smart, intelligent defender. We had Shaw looks like he's getting better. Do you know what I mean? I think the back four today were on it, literally, and each play, and even, let's say, Maguire. I think that the Maguire carrying the ball.
Shouldn't give away a penalty. That was a disgrace.
Yeah,
that was nuts. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna say that we should have given it. It's like, it is what it is, isn't it? So, but even carrying the ball forward and him starting to find the passes. He played one ball over to Rashford. That Rashford, it just went wrong. Do you know what I mean? But I'm saying that there's things that we're building on. There's things that we're developing on. You got Fred that's made that position his own now. Now you can get rid of the. I don't think McTominay needs to sit in there. I do think you need to bring back in a Pogba now because McTominay's had his game. If you're not gonna help make us win, well, he's gonna pull you out because we needed more creativity from you today, which we didn't get. But that back five with De Gea's found form. We're looking solid. We can build off that. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's different ways to look at this. Again, if I said at the beginning of the season when the fixture list was written up and I said, beat Newcastle, beat PSG, draw at Chelsea. If we go and beat RB Leipzig and Arsenal, I think we managed those games nicely. Do you know what I mean? And I think
the question is if Ollie picks that same team, and this is just me throwing a question out there. If Ollie picks that same team against Leipzig, which I'm not saying he will, he probably will make changes, or picks that same team against Arsenal, will we win those games?
He won't. I don't think he'll make that decision. I think he's not stupid, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not, and I get it because there is a undercurrent of this is a PE teacher. There is that, like it or not. So anything that he does do is gonna be heavily scrutinized. Anything, literally. So it's like,
but KG, this is what I want to say.
Go ahead.
That first of all, I've got so many things I want to say, but I understand it's a discussion for everyone. That Ollie the PE teacher thing, mate. If you go anywhere, I was gonna say Old Trafford because that's nearest me, right? But if you go anywhere, walk the streets, often you'll get people just with realistic heads going, fair enough. Draw against Chelsea, beat PSG, beat Newcastle, can go. But mate, you go on social media, everyone's gagging for it. They're just frothing for a retweet, mate. They're absolutely frothing for it. They are PET is cringy, man. People are so reactionary online, which is what they're just trying to get all the attention they can get because it's not trendy to go, relax. Wasn't a good result. Wasn't a great performance. But there you go. It's not trendy to do it. Also, on Ollie, I'm sorry, Aidan. I respect your opinion, but mate, I can't. It's irking me. It's irking me. I can't have it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's what Flex said, and I agree. But mate, I think it's not fair to say, oh, Ollie's just giving him a position, so therefore he's doing well, mate. Rashford, Martial. I can't remember how many goals Martial scored under Mourinho. He didn't really play as much as Rashford, but Rashford played a lot. He's got 20-odd goals. He's actually, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well, gone, know what? No, Martial, you're going back up front. You're my main man. You're now going to go and score. Oh, yes.
What did I say? What did I say to you, man?
Okay, hold on a second. One second. Let me get this super chat out. Xander, Fred is a good player. Don't forget, he was wanted by Man City and Pep. Don't compare him to a blindfolded Sonic the Hedgehog. I
rate Fred. I'm saying I rate Fred.
From Ryan FTW. Let me get these super chats out, guys, before I want to get people involved in the comments in the community. Usman says, I think Ollie didn't anticipate Chelsea playing a back five, therefore played James for his defensive ability. Do you know what, though? You see that little point there? I do think there's a little bit of that. I do think that Ollie kind of maybe didn't think that would actually happen, and then we just kind of stuck with him there, because really what's actually worked with us playing against Chelsea is playing a five. And I remember after the semi-final in the FA Cup, when he kept the same team, and it was the first time we saw Lampard change his to a back five, I remember saying after the game, a lot of people said, actually, Ollie was a little bit naive not to change anything and think that Lampard was just going to keep everything the same. So in fairness to Ollie, he's actually tried to come with something different to combat Lampard, when really it just hasn't come off. Another super chat here. I know you guys are waiting to carry on, but let me get these out. Salim says, Ollie picked the wrong team. Why not start Van der Beek where Mata played? Also, Fred is 10 times better than McTominay, and Lampard knew what to expect from Ollie.
Been beaten.
Rishi says it's a long season, and given quality of mid-table teams, every game is a big game. Got to play the bench sometime. Come May, this point will be important. Mike says, what are you guys all on about? You're talking mad, he says. And Pranay says, both Rashford and Martial play their best when they play on the left wing. They are comfortable playing there only. Cavani can be the perfect number 9 for us. Greenwood from the right wing would be the perfect attack for us. And let me just get the last one, guys. This is from Ryan. Says, sorry, guys, but Ollie is a PE teacher. How can you go from wizard at PSG to Coronation Street against Chelsea? So look, Aidan, with what Xander was saying there, I mean, KG brought it to our attention. Liverpool losing 1-0 to Sheffield United. We'll see how that goes, because look, we've got to focus on ourselves, because really it was an opportunity again today because Man City dropped some points. Do you know what I mean? Top of the table, Aston Villa got spanked, but like you said, we're 3 points off third. But with what Xander was saying, how do you see that in terms of, he's got frustration basically saying people kind of just get a bit hysterical after a couple of bad results. What do you say back to that? Because you're saying that you see something bigger than that. You see something further than that. What is it that you see that's wrong? Or is it just, can you see that it was a bad result or a bad performance? Sorry, I
guess for me, I respect what Xander's saying, but I don't see what that has in relation to me specifically, because I'm not one of those people. I think what I'm trying to get from you is you to tell me, how does Ole make mediocre players better? Because he doesn't.
He made Fred a lot better.
Fred wasn't a mediocre player. He was wanted by Man City. He was good for Shakhtar.
But he wouldn't play it like it, was he?
But the difference is, this is the difference, Xander. What you're doing, you're conflating form with ability. They're two very different things. A lot of players don't play well, but they have ability. So if you just give them a platform, they'll play well.
You've still got to do that, haven't you?
But that's not the standard of a Man United manager. The standard of a Man United isn't to play and put the right lineup out. It's to develop players. And this is what I'm saying. Our standard shouldn't be, okay, if you put the right lineup out, you're good enough for Man United. No, if you develop players, if you control the board, if you control the players, which he hasn't been with all these players doing stuff, you need to do more than just put a correct lineup out. And that's my issue, because I feel like I've been in this position last year when we went on that huge run, then lost to Arsenal. I felt like we've been in this position multiple times last year. And I guess for me, when I look at Ole, I'm saying, does he make the most of players that aren't that good? Klopp, £30 million players to £120 million players. Could you ever see Ole buying a £30 million player and making him £120 million to be fair, if you actually look at it, apart from Fernandez, all he's done is depreciate player values. None of the players we've had, their values have gone up. Can you tell me one player?
Mason Greenwood.
Mason Greenwood. See, Mason Greenwood we didn't buy. I'm saying any player we've bought
Right, Marcus
has made them
Rashford.
better.
Anthony
But the
Martial.
thing is, that's what I'm saying.
The same players that we bought.
Players we bought, we haven't, and that's what I'm saying. Martial had ability before he started playing consistently. Rashford had ability before he started playing consistently. I'm saying separate form and ability and say anyone that's had no ability, have they been made better?
I think Wan-Bissaka's pretty good. Wan-Bissaka's probably better than when he came.
But has Wan-Bissaka developed massively since last year, offensively?
But mate, what I say is, yeah, you can say what you like about Jurgen Klopp playing he's got to get the best out of bloody James Milner and all this sort of stuff. Pep Guardiola, mate, one of the best managers in the world, but he needs good players to do it, right? He needs good players to do it. For me, Mason Greenwood's got a lot better. Rashford's got a lot better. Martial's got a lot better.
This is what I'm saying. They already have ability, Sander. They already have ability.
Everyone does. They're playing
players already have ability, and I'm telling you, tell me one player that was mediocre and that got better under Ole.
Fred
was good, Man City.
He wasn't good, man. It doesn't matter what you say. You're playing for Man United. Of course, you're going to have ability.
Press the foghorn sound effect.
No. My team was so dead. Yeah, I said I'm not setting up the sound. They don't deserve it.
Okay, hold on.
You got ability.
Read the super chats. People pay money.
Hold on, 1 second. Hold on, super chat.
Hey, that was so funny.
Hold on. Adam says, Man United didn't show up, just like Stormzy hasn't showed up. McTominay was terrible too. Texas C says, read the comments. Jota is correct. Xander is wrong. Majority rules. I think that's very blanket. Another super chat. Hold tight, Terrence, the newest member of the United Stand Members Club as well. And everyone's just having a good time in the comments. I think this is what it's all about. Adewale says, man, like Jot, schooled. Xander, he doesn't make players better, so he agrees with.
No. I've had enough.
It's really disappointing. Vignesh says, what is really disappointing is that Chelsea came to be conservative. Ole needs to realise that early and counter that by being a little bit more expansive. We're playing at Old Trafford. And then there's another super chat here that says, another member, yeah, that's Terrence, same thing. And
hey, I bet I'm getting back.
Don't
listen.
I don't care. Listen, I don't care. I know that in my opinion, to me, Mason Greenwood's got a lot better, and all the rest of them that I can name off have got a lot better, right? So that to me, I respect everyone's opinion, but to me, he's made players better. So
because they had ability. They had ability.
Everyone that plays for United's got ability. Everyone that plays for United's got ability. No one plays for United.
Dan James hasn't got ability, mate. Igalo hasn't got ability.
Wait. I'm gonna jump in. I need to jump in.
Hold on, one sec. One last. KG. Pumpkin says, Aiden, if there was players with no ability, why would we have these players? Why would we buy mediocre players? Your argument makes no sense. Somebody like this. Look, it's all about opinion, and it's crazy right now. The comments are going off. The Newport says, this is what 15th feels like, gents. Reactionary. Definition of crap selection, form, and mentality. 4-2-3-1, never to be played again. Pick one of Fred or McTrash, which I think is a bit hard. McTrash. That's harsh. Start Van de Beek.
Go back. What did he say about who? Trash? What?
He's basically saying pick one of Fred or McTominay, not both. Yeah. Start Van de Beek over Mata and hope for a draw. Hashtag Ollie out. NX2 Fox says, KG, lend my man them skates. It's aggressive in here. Listen, let me just before we go to KG. It's not
go to KG.
Someone said pay-per-view. Kalashi says, why can't Ollie play Van der Beek instead of Daniel James? Poor signing. Can't you see that Dan James is a championship player, at best a squad player? Look, this is what it's all about. It's about opinion. And look, we're not trying to push this whole you should feel this way, you should feel that way. This is a melting pot of all opinions. And you know what? Fair play to Aiden and fair play to Xander, because they're believing in their points. They're not being rude to each other, and that's what it's all about. KG,
he's a wanker though. I'm taking this. No, he's getting annoyed. He's getting irritated.
Yeah, and I said, babes, I text my missus. I said, bring in the popcorn. I text her. Wait, all right, cool. Check this out, yeah. Honestly, you're gonna get, because it's funny. I'm just reading the comment section. Someone's calling you Ollie sexual still. I think that's funny. I think Ollie inners, that's pretty much what they are. But then when we break this down, yeah, Xander's making a lot of very good points. But the problem is people don't like our manager. There's a big population of people that do not like Oli, and they're gonna question everything he does. Literally, I would never compare him to I never compare him to some of the great managers because he hasn't done anything yet. But then we can say we can't say that Klopp made everyone better because he didn't. You know what I mean? He had clients, he had all these dead players that weren't good enough, that didn't need to be at the club, and he changed it. They're gone. We're looking at Man City right now. What is Man City's excuse for not? They have players that are. People say that Pep made Sterling better. Sterling was doing a madness. They called, what was it, SAS?
Right, he did make him better. He did.
There you go. No, what I'm saying. But then but then why do you say that? Why?
Because I feel like he gave him what he done is he made him realize what his attributes were, played him in a system that helped him, and also taught him about his game. The Raheem Sterling that was at Liverpool, you got to remember, he was there before Pep got there, and his first season was really underwhelming. Yes, it takes time, but you can't argue that Pep didn't make Raheem Sterling better.
Okay, awesome. Then the same argument. Why is that same not provided to Oli? When Xander says he made Fred better, Fred was dead. We wanted him gone.
Yeah, under Mourinho, he was dead.
There you go. So once again, he got better. Martial's never had a goal tally like he has, and he wasn't playing in position. He's put Martial into.
He did first season. He got like 17 goals.
Yeah, under LVG.
But he wasn't a number 9. He didn't turn him into a number 9 and say that's your position. He Oli came in, made him a number 9. Then you got.
Can I just say he had 11 goals under Mourinho before he got benched. So and he got 17 goals the season before. So
I'm saying
it was good before.
From the left, and he wasn't a from the left. He wasn't a number 9 down the middle. He wasn't that. We can all agree. And if we're now arguing saying that Oli can't make players better strikers, I think we're getting crazy, because if there's one position he might know, it could be that one.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
So we have to be honest sometimes and say he has made these players better. He has made some players better. Do you know what I mean? And I think because what happens is Oli, again, he's not liked. It's simple as that. You know what I mean? He's not liked, and even today, I think this has been coming, really and truly. A draw against Chelsea, I think we would have taken this before. Back in the day, you'll take a draw against Chelsea. It's not what you wanted. It wasn't amazing. I went at home excited, but I said,
are we taking it because of the performance though? Because we've gone into it really confident, and then because we've had a flat performance, I feel like the narrative has kind of shifted to actually.
I wasn't confident.
Let's take it. Was you not confident, Xander?
Nah, I tweeted it out. Hopefully I've tweeted it out so I can actually back up my point. But I think I did tweet it out before the game that I wasn't confident because, you can go away against PSG, but that's a different game. We just seem to... It's a different air about those sorts of games. You come back to Old Trafford, you're off the back of a 6-1 loss against Spurs. I'm nervous. I was nervous for it. So the fact that... Listen, if we went out and committed ourselves and left spaces in the back and left our, at times, shabby defence exposed against likes of Werner, Havertz and the likes, and they were to score 3-4 goals, Oli would get an absolute pelters for going forward and committing a little bit. But he sits back a little bit and thinks, do you know what? We're going to try and feed the ball into Rashford, which he did, but he missed. Do you know what I mean? And then, then he's a conservative, he's a bloody Tory with his football. Do you know what I mean? So, so you know what I mean? So,
you took that round. You took that round. You
can't win. You can't win with it. So, the Rashford puts that goal away, but chance away, and you 1-0, and I don't think we lose it from that point. So.
Okay, hold on one sec. Kevin J says we played amongst the strong attack and kept them quiet. James didn't play well, but Oli had a game plan. It didn't come off, but there was a plan. Desalante says I'm not an Oli outer, but I need to be convinced why he should remain. Also, Brad Lewis says here's where Oli can't be defended. Dan James and that oxygen fee for McTominay, which again I think's half.
I think that's what Sanders talking about. That's the type of stuff that Sanders talking about.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's that's overboard. But if I simplify what Brad Lewis is saying is that he doesn't think that Dan James and McTominay. No, I'm not highlighting it. I'm not highlighting it.
It's rude.
Oxygen, that is wicked.
I'm not highlighting it because it's rude. Dan James, he's basically saying that Dan James and McTominay wouldn't be picked by Fulham, but Oli is persistent in playing them.
He's not persistent with Dan James because he only played him against who did we play? Forgot now. Newcastle. And then before that, when was the last time I think he's a B team player. He's a bench player under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's literally just off the back of that Newcastle game. Then we did well, so we played him today. But other than that, I don't think he's played a lot. He's played Mason Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, loads. That has literally been his front three. So to say that he's persisting with Dan James is rubbish because he's not. He just played him today in Newcastle. But other than that, he's not played him that much.
Knife says, Ollie's system doesn't work. We play players in the wrong positions to shoehorn them in, which I think that's why Ollie started making the changes that we've seen in the last few games because it wasn't working. Listen, guys, we've come to the end of the first bit. What an interesting thing. Ben says Aiden is going to get sacked on Monday by Goldbridge.
You lot, that anyway. That's so annoying, bro. Can I just say something, Flex? I'm doing it. I don't care. People are allowed to say whatever they want to say on this platform, bro. It's pissing me off, bro. You can have whatever thought that you have, and you're gonna be here, bro. It's up to you. If anyone goes, they went because they wanted to go, fam. It's simple as that, bro. That's not Flex saying it. That's just me. Aiden, say what you want to say, bro. I don't mind if you lot want to go at it again. I'm here, bro. Well, it is where it is, man, bro.
Listen, it was great stuff, and big up Aiden and big up Xander. I think they're gonna probably go and do another stream after this in their WhatsApp time and carry on. Now, Xander, before you go, who was your man of the match and why today?
Oh shit! What a shit question that is. I don't. No one really. No one stood out really for me today. Maybe I thought Wan-Bissaka did quite well at times. So I'd probably go with Wan-Bissaka. I saw Gary Neville was saying Lindelof. But you know me and my agenda, I can't give it to him. So I'll get it. But I think Wan-Bissaka was really good today.
Aiden, who's your man of the match and why?
Same thing, Xander. I think Wan-Bissaka was good. He's sort of.
They agree. They agree.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, I thought Wan-Bissaka was good. I think he had a bit of a dip in form, but I feel like his fitness is back. He was getting on the end of those loose balls. But yeah, just where I go, I just want to say, anyone that's dissing people saying Xander this, Xander that, all about oxygen stuff, man. It's honestly not needed. Like, just leave it, literally. Like, me and Xander disagree.
Give it to me.
It's not needed.
Come on.
Respect each other, innit, man? That's what I have to say.
It's all bad. Guys, thanks for joining. We've got the next two guests in here, man.
Nice meeting you, Aiden. All the best with your future endeavours.
Cool, man. Thank you. See you, fellas.
Take care.
I said all the best with your future endeavours, bro. This is last day, bro.
Yeah, M. Dot says, truth is, Ollie needs to drill defensive duties into Pogba or Van der Beek to make it unconditional instead of playing the others that offer little in attack. So many.
What did you think about the game, Flex? Quickly.
It was. I think it was boring football from both teams. Nobody wanted to take risks. Everybody wanted to be safe, and they wasn't at the races. Even when the changes did come, I didn't really see much of a spark. I know Aiden touched on, he thought that we played a lot better. And then you kind of said, what did Pogba really do? He played okay, but the spark never really got ignited for me, to be honest. So, yeah, we've got a couple of guests here, but let me just get these super chats out. Mike said, Jota, you're too good for this platform, even though it's gone. And the Liverpool players weren't mediocre. This is from Mira. Oh, it's gone. It's just timed out. How annoying is that? They keep coming up at the top and not the bottom. Ollie has increased the value of Shaw, Fred, Martial, Rashford, Matic, Greenwood, and Scott. If you think that Ollie hasn't made these players better, you're tripping. Newest member of the United Stand Members Club, Ash Owen Gaiman, big up yourself. Right, a little bit of Woosa, man. Let's bring in DJ. Let's bring in A2. So much has gone on, bro. You guys heard the back end of that. And you know what? Yeah. I don't want this to be like, oh, they're having an absolute meltdown. It was a draw. We didn't lose the game. It just got quite heated. And I think there's a lot of opinions out there. And this is going to be interesting too, because I know some of A2's opinions in general. I know some of DJ's opinions in general. DJ, let me ask you this. I'm just going to ask it plain and simple. Was it 2 points dropped or a good point gained?
I think 2 points dropped. 2 points dropped. I think that we was too kg with it. Too kg with it, man. I just think that Ollie could have gone for the jugular earlier, put on some star boys. I think Greenwood was there to be used on the right wing from early. You know what I mean? I think James, I was willing to give James a half to see what he could do, but literally, man, he is really not up to scratch Man United standard. I don't even think he's the sub-level standard to be at Man United at the moment. And, you know, he's been thrust into the limelight, thrust into the first 11 quite a lot by Ollie. But personally, I think tactically, I saw the tactics. I knew kind of what Ollie wanted to do. But I don't think it was executed properly. And I just think he picked the wrong personnel on a few key areas. So 2 points dropped for me.
A2, 2 points dropped. Decent point after a 6-1 beating in the last Premier League home game. A shake of the head.
It was shocking. 2 points dropped, man. He was there for the taking, and he bottled it. Team selection, bottled it. Everything. 2 points dropped 100%. You know my thoughts on Ollie anyway. I ain't going to blame the players. I swear, I ain't going to blame the players. It's the team selection was mad. 2 points dropped, bro.
But on the devil's advocate side, when you're saying team selection, when he played the A team, like the team that we all know is the A team, we all know what that is, Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, Bruno, Pogba, one of Matic, McTominay, and Fred, and that same back four, even though we're arguing over two and Zabi, but that's pretty much what it is, When he's played that it's like we were so open, bro, so open. So can you see why Ollie's trying to kind of like stem that flow, or you're like, nah, fix it with the A team? Like, how do you view that?
I get it. Like, I feel like it's safety first, especially when you're playing McTominay and Fred. You're doing safety and you're trying to shore up the defense. But you see a team like Chelsea right now, if I put it brutally honest, they are dead. They spent how much mils, they're dead. So really and truly, you got to play your best team 110%. And again, he's violated my boy. He's left him, didn't even bring him on. Didn't even give him a sniff, you know? So what can I say to that? He's violated, bro, man. 110%, bro. Take all of that Fred McTominay stuff away, Play the best team. We know what the best team was today. And it didn't involve no Mata. It didn't involve no James. It didn't involve, if I had to take one of the two out, I don't think it involved McTominay. I should have just sat Fred there, man. Let him just run around a bit. But we got Pogba, Bruno there, or Van der Beek, Bruno there. Start Cavani. Forget. Look what he done when he came on. He getting a presence in the box. Rashford is not a centre forward, man. It's tough.
Tough. A2 saying some. Tough. I mean, KG from the first two opening statements from DJ and A2.
As soon as I see DJ with the man is saying that you look like a road Smurf, fam. Hey, the comment section is loading you, bro. Anyway, I read the free seats. Anyway, no, I knew, and the killer is today. He's right. I can't argue A2 today. He's right about the main thing is McTominay shouldn't have played and Donny van der Beek shouldn't have played. And it's almost becoming a meme seeing Van der Beek sitting in the thing alone, you know. No one's next to him.
I don't like seeing that scene. I just get worried that it's going to manifest into him becoming unhappy.
He'll be fine. The killer is that he's going to get in. He will have his opportunity. The one thing that Ollie can say to these players is, yo, I've rode bench. Like, I've sat down. If anyone knows about bench living, it's Ollie. Do you know what I mean? He did it. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So he knows what he's getting through. He right now saying, raw, I would score late goals and I still won't start. So listen, here what you're going to do. I'm going to get into this team time. And you know, Ollie, the greatest liar in the world. Do you know what I mean? He convinced us that Maguire was injured, man. Understand that. And now he's back. He was running perfectly. Ollie can just he does this. So what he will do now is he'll talk to, he can now say to McTominay, well, the last game we played you, it didn't really work. We got Arsenal next, or we got Leipzig next, or whatever. I'm starting Donny van der Beek. I just want to see what this looks like. McTominay can't get angry because, like, well, I didn't put in the performance that says I should start. Dan James already knows. He's not even going to wait for Ollie to talk to him. He's just going to pack up his bags, shower, go home. Do you know what I mean? There's a few men, but I think you have to lose your space in the team. So Mata deserves to start. That's the funniest thing. We were praising Mata last just a few.
I don't even think Mata was that. I wouldn't like Mata had played all right. Like even when he came off early, I thought it was going to be James and McTominay coming off. Like I thought Mata, like after a dead first half, I think Mata and Lindelof were probably the best players. Like that's how bad it was. Jack says the game was nowhere near as bad as this reaction suggests. We dominated the second half and looked a better team by a mile. Werner, Havertz, and Pulisic had to get taken off so they could defend us. Do you agree with that, DJ?
Yeah, Jack's right. Jack's right. He's not telling no lies there. For me personally, though, I just felt that the changes that we made, I would have made them at half time. I would have come with that intent. Like first 45, we contained them. They didn't really have a sniff on goal. For me, McTominay and Fred in that double pivot worked very well defensively, but offensively, the passing through to the final third weren't really there. That was my only little thing with them. I think the defensive side was brilliant. I think Maguire, he had a sound game. Apart from that, a bit of like trying to choke out my man in the box. I weren't really.
Hey, on that, yeah. Can we do like on that there? Like, look, I know like hindsight's a wonderful thing, but let's just for a second, imagine if that penalty had been given at the hands of Harry Maguire, literally at the hands and clamp of Harry Maguire. Like, what was he thinking, DJ? Like, what?
The thing is, you see moments like that. In a way, they define careers, because if you would have given away that penalty and we would have gone on to lost that game, can you imagine? Listen, all the people that put their swords away and the burning stakes, they would have brought it back out and they would have gone hunting for Maguire, just like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah, he's really lucky. Like, he has no business with his hands above here on another player like that. Fair enough, do it to your own player to get a little hack for the header, but that could have been disastrous. I'm not even gonna lie. That could have been disastrous.
But we don't want to see that given though, because let's be real. I'm pissed, obviously.
No, of course you don't want to see it, but you have to. You want to win correct and you want to lose correct. Like, I don't want like to be injustice or robbing other teams. I don't really like that.
But you know what? Sorry, Kate, you know what it is, Like what I've clocked. He has a problem with doing that. That's not the first time he's done that. He does it to our own players as well.
No, wait. Now you got to take it. I'm not here to defend Maguire, but this is how a lot of teams defend. I see someone in the comment section saying that was so Chris Smalling. Chris Smalling was on the holding thing. I think that's
another donkey defender, man.
No, in the Premier League, if they start giving pens for holding, the league's gone, bro. Literally, because every team does it. We're not going to be. It happened to.
No, but there's a difference between holding and literally someone trying to head of the ball and you pulling them that like stop.
It was like GBH. It was like
it should have been a penalty.
But remember, he went jail in it. He was in Greece a couple nights. Honestly,
first of all, Ben Naidu says DJ man looks like Antonio from West Ham. Big up yourself.
Listen, I look like everybody but me. How about that?
Yeah.
A2, Vignesh, like it's up on the screen there. Thanks for the contribution, Vignesh. He said, did Ollie even want Van der Beek? I really hope it's not one of those signings. Like, do you know what? It's getting a bit weird now. I'm trying not to like think too much into it. It's still early in the season, but especially when we're not tearing up trees, it's hard to not talk about it. So we're not saying that this is the case, but we're just talking about it. Do you think there's a hint of that maybe actually it wasn't who Ollie really wanted?
I think that's 100% the truth. Because
I don't think so, man.
I think Ollie had a way that he wanted to play. He wanted fast, attacking, flair players, and I think it's kind of like you want some clothes from the shop. Someone buys you something, and it's the sweater that you don't want, or you know what I mean, like or boot cut jeans. No one wears boot cut, innit? Like this. No,
you can't call him boot cut. You can't.
No.
He's violating Donny, man.
He's not probably what Ollie wanted, innit? He's not what. If anything, he probably wanted a second-rate number 10, not as good as Van der Beek, probably. That can hold it, and there'll be no talk about it.
A2, do you reckon that Ollie wanted him?
I don't think he wanted him, but beggars can't be choosers, innit? You got a brilliant player there, man. Van der Sar stamped and approved him, He's signed him off like, yo, take care of him. So you already know he's a bad boy, man. So now you've got to fit him in your system. When you can't move like our midfield is crazy. Our midfield has two dope players in it. Apart from that, everyone else is dead.
Let's be real. Ollie could have.
Everyone else is dead apart from that. Yeah.
Bro,
Ollie wanted him. Ollie wanted him, guys. We were annoyed with Ollie for the way he brought Greenwood into the team and other signings. I think he's brought guys in slowly. Like let's watch how Tellez goes into this team. It's not going to be immediate. He needed him on that day because he wanted to play a 5. But I don't think Telles is just going to get straight into that squad because he's going to be on a long thing to dislodge Luke Shaw. I don't know why Ollie's like that. I think maybe he could be almost too loyal to a fault sometimes. Like even let's say the Greenwood thing, we don't know if it's true or not. But Ollie came out and said, "Listen, my player, everyone shut up." Yeah, and that's Ollie. Do you know what I mean? And he will do that. He's loyal to his players and he's loyal in selection. But I think we need to see a bit more ruthlessness from him when he's starting to pick teams now, because I think you shoot yourself in the foot, because again, I think he thinks he's got the time that he doesn't have towards the fans. In his mind, he's like, I've got time. This is a 3-year project. It's coming together. Everyone wants it now. The fans are like, listen, Ollie, we ain't here for this. Fix up, because there's better managers out there. Do you know what I mean? So he has to kind of get with the program. But you can see that our board is not going to make any decisions. They're happy with this. If Ollie can keep getting top 4, they're happy. Do you know what I mean? So Europe, let's say Europe, that's what they want. Europe.
That is what they want. Bill Ingram says McTominay snuffs out danger even before it becomes a danger, something Pogba has never done in his life. Nath says Ollie rode bench because of superstars. Donny's chilling because of Dan James and Scott, etc. It's peak. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. You can't argue with that, KG. Leo Man United. I hate that Xander can't admit and call Ollie out on his flaws. Back Ollie, but come on, be a realist. Another super chat here says drill. This is from M. Drill into the midfielders. Even if we play 4-3-3, they'd have to track back. More likely, Pogba improves on defense than Fred and Scott carve up defenses. Basically, saying you can say to Pogba, get back in position more so than you can say to Fred or McTominay, start playing amazing passes. Fred takes 3 touches and the run is lost. Slow thinking. And I think that's a bit of A2's point of the better players you have on the pitch. Obviously, you've got more chance of hurting the opposition. Barry says that 40 mil for Donny van der Beek, that would have got us Sancho if it's true about 90 million offered. I hear what you're saying there. Tash Tahir says Pogba was sluggish. Van der Beek should have gone instead. Ollie needs to be more ferocious on the touchline, like Sir Alex, more intensity. A lot of people weren't happy because they think Ollie was smiling after that, and I don't think he does that on purpose. He doesn't care. A2, do you think he does that because he doesn't care?
Listen, he cares, but it's like a deer in headlights. He doesn't know what he's doing, bro. I've said this plenty of times. He don't know what he's doing. He's just riding a wave right now, just happy to have the badge on the jacket. Do you get me? Other than that, you don't know what he's doing. You smile when you get 0-0 draw with Chelsea at home. And they're going to take him.
Wait, so what was he doing against PSG? I just want to ask you that question.
Okay.
What did I say that again?
What was he doing? PSG? I want to know what he thought he was doing.
I thought he went to his normal thing. All right, let me stick 5 at the back. That will shore it up. You see what I'm saying? My point is, yeah.
But then he went for the win. So what? Go on. Wait, no.
He didn't go for the win.
We're not going to do that, bro. We're going to understand what we're going to say. So why do you take off Telles and put on an offensive player? Go true.
Do you know what it is? PSG are coming at you all game. All game they're coming at you. It's easy. It's easy to make your tactical decisions when you're getting attacked. When you have to go and attack now, that's a whole different ball game, bro. He's taking off Telles, which is a danger from the left, whipping balls in. We just by chance straight that game, you know. Don't think we bossed out that game and won it. We didn't. We won, but we didn't boss out that game. Now.
Wait, we by chance won what game? The PSG game?
PSG.
Nah.
What big team? Listen to me. What big team do you know? What big team do you know goes into a Champions League game and switches out their formation and says, I'm going to stick 5 at the back to secure this win? I don't even think Mourinho done that. I don't even think he said, I'm going to do a mad thing and put 5 at the back and try and secure this win, bro, in the group stages. Come on, man.
Let me address that point there.
That's mental.
I can't believe I'm hearing. Go through, bro.
He went for the attack against PSG and we got slapped up. Then what would you say? Ollie out still, innit? You can't win, fam.
No, but you know what's mad? I need to see intent. I need to see some intent. You can't go from being PSG.
Bro, he took off.
What's mad about this even more? Let me break it down to man even more. Bro, he's played the same team that was drawing 1-1 against Newcastle until he brought on the subs. How does this make sense?
We're changing your name, bro. We're changing your name to A-, bro. You ain't getting no break. I don't even want to put an A in there no more, bro. This is mad. No, because
what am I saying, man?
I'm deep in what you're saying. You're saying he was no intent. Man took off a defensive player and put on an offensive player to get the goal last minute, and he done it. So what we kind of wanted before, I can't believe this, bro. My head's gone. 18.
Bro, remind me, who did Taylor's come off for?
Huh? Pogba.
Who did Taylor's come off for?
Pogba.
See, my head Pogba starts regardless. So already
Bro,
I'm thinking this. Already.
No. This is what's going on though, and these men are allowed to tweet. You know what we need to do? We need a sanctioning body to just check man before they tweet, bro. No, I'm playing.
Mark says, guys, if that's fighting for his place, we are in trouble. Bro, takes too long on the ball. Donny would be better. There's another super chat here. Leo Man says, Xander, do you have... Xander's gone, Leo. he's gone. Maybe tweet him and at him. He'll probably lose his head, but do it. But he did say, Xander, do you have any criticism on Ollie? Like at all? Like, does Ollie do anything wrong? That would have been... I would love to have put that to him if he was there. And the next super chat is... I think we've done one of them. Oh, yeah, Jack doesn't know what he's doing. Man doesn't know what he's saying, blinded by these people who don't want to listen. So not feeling your opinion there. A2, they're coming for you. But not everyone, though. But not everyone.
A lot of them are with him. A lot of them.
You and everyone drops out of the top 4, they're gonna find out. Yeah, 100%. I think it's a joke.
Let me talk about a formation thing, guys. Yeah, Patrice Evra was really vocal. With the stuff with Jimmy Floyd, and we know how Evra's been moving mad. Like he done another chicken thing the other day, and he's just moving mad. Yeah, yeah, he moving mad. It was nuts. But he said that the players are playing with fear. There's no leaders, and he's saying you don't have the defenders to play. You don't have the centre backs to play 4 at the back. Play the 5 at the back. Play the 2 up front. Basically, play what you played against PSG. DJ. Do you reckon he's got a point? Do we just play the 5 at the back in every game, put 2 up front who can move, play a number 10, or is that kind of waving a bit of a white flag?
For me, I think off the start of the season that we've had, I think playing the 5 at the back until we gain that confidence would have been a better thing in my position. I think if you're going to play 5, Cavani has to be one of the 2 strikers, and Tez is obviously going to be playing. So I think that's something that Ollie should be looking at. And I think even with like today's game, I just felt that Rashford, we know he's not an out-and-out number 9. And what Cavani would have done at least was offer that threat up top and be that point man. So we could have played a few different types of passes into him, because the passes along the ground through to the final third was terrible in my opinion. Again, defensively, I think the 5 at the back is really good. And to be honest, a lot of these teams that want to attack us with 5 at the back, man, we look good. We look good with it now, not against the Everton game where we played rubbish with it. But I think now we do look good with 5 at the back. I think it actually suits the type of players that we actually have. I think we have to use the players and use formations that are to their strengths. So I think 5 at the back has to be something that we look at now.
KG, do you think that we should stick with the 5 at the back, or is this just really simple for you, KG? Is this just like everyone chill, it was just a draw, like we move? Or do you think there's more to it, like Ollie shouldn't do that formation, Ollie should do the 5, Ollie should do this, Ollie should do that? What's your thoughts on that?
I think you need to make one significant change. I think you do bring in Donny van der Beek. That's the difference. Again, if Rashford scores his chance today, or Mata gets his chance, or Bruno, it's a 1-0, you call it, I don't know what you're gonna call it, because defensive great performance, this, that, and the other. What's that? I think there's other things. You've got to try and look at some of the positives before teams will come into Old Trafford to do a madness. Chelsea, with all the money they spent, came here to get a draw. Understand that right now. Teams are coming here to be cagey and say, you know what, we're just going to take what we can get from this place. Before they were
not really though. Crystal Palace didn't. Spurs didn't.
No, that was very early in the season. We wasn't ready. We wasn't ready for the beginning of the season. We all know that. We in each game you've seen the energy levels go up, and that's not a lie. That's just forget any agenda. Just looking at it from just be a normal, understanding person and say, wait. Are we getting around the pitch quicker? Are we winning the second ball? Are we dominating times in terms of possession and stuff? Yes. Do you know what I mean? And our team's afraid because they know that we're dangerous on the counter. Yes. So what we need to do, the good players are now going to start coming back in. We're going to have Martial's going to be available again. You're not going to see Dan. Dan James is like almost the days of the Pereira and the Lingard. Do you know what I mean? You're dead. You can't play here. Simple as that. You know when you're hoping for Pereira to do something for us, what are you going to do, bruv? 28 step overs, but it's not preseason. He's not going to help us. Do you know what I mean? And this is what these certain the proper deditants, yeah? That's not mine. That's the guy that does the football talk, the cartoon thing. That's what he calls them, the deditants, bro. Them man there, we don't need to see them again. Now the true footballing elites will come back in, and we got Cavani now. And he does look like there's something there. So really and truly, we'll take this draw. We move forward, bro, because if the big games right now, it's my birthday next week, bro. Arsenal, we must win that. That's must win, bro. RB Leipzig, we win that. If we win that now, we're looking tidy for qualification in the in Champions League. Do you see what I'm saying? And that is Oli is ticking off, meeting what he's meant to be doing, in my opinion. But hey,
I agree. I agree. I think right now, you know what it was, yeah? I think the draw kind of it upset me a little bit because of the standard that we set with the PSG game. That's why. So yeah. It's not the worst result in the world. Don't get twisted. And I think we played well in large parts. I just think that I would have liked personally to have seen a bit more lethality, like go for it. You know, I think that he could have put on Donny for James. I would have Donny would have linked up well with the players that we had on there. Do you know what I mean? And I think we could have gone for it because the game was there for the taking. Chelsea weren't doing nothing. So yeah.
Let me ask you this, A2.
They call him F9. They call him F9, bro. His name is F9.
Now, you know what? You're laughing, but to be fair, KG, a lot of people in the comments were kind of feeling it's been really mixed. Do you know what? It's been really mixed today. I have to say, you got to put a bit of context on it, guys. We haven't lost, but I do see some people's frustration. So it has been actually a really good show because it's had so much conflicting opinions, and it just shows you what the fan community is like. But A2, if we beat Leipzig and then we beat Arsenal, hypothetically, you know, and then does the draw look as bad today against Chelsea?
Yeah, man, because we've still got no momentum. It's been a dead start to the season, bro. There's no way anyone can spin it to me. I'm looking at that score down there, and I'm like, it's 0-0. Like, that's crazy to me to even think. They come to Trafford, and it was 0-0, and we had so much dope players. Arguably, our team's better than us, and they still came. And they're in a better position than us right now. So even if we beat Leipzig, which I don't think we will, someone's telling me that we ain't going to beat Leipzig. I don't want to be a pessimist, but someone's just telling me Leipzig are going to be like, listen, you lot done PSG, you're not doing us still. We're going to turn up. Arsenal, on the other hand, yeah, we might beat Arsenal. But I don't think them two results are going to change anything. It's been a terrible start to the season, man. Have we even won at home yet? We ain't won at home yet, I swear.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't. It's a bad thing still.
So,
and Arsenal, and you know what, actually, thinking about it, Arsenal play 5 at the back. I can't see Arteta abandoning that anytime soon. They play a 5, and if that's our approach to breaking down a back 5, I'm worried. I'm worried, KG, because Arsenal will come and set up exactly how Chelsea just did. That is their formation. And Arsenal play it week in, week out.
Don't be worried, fam.
Be worried, man. Be worried, bro.
Man. Don't be worried, fam. The same way I tell you my chest.
You can't. That doesn't work. You can't just say that.
You know what's mad?
I'm saying it. Don't be worried.
Yeah.
There you go.
You see Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah.
Even though they might not be bad, they might not be shit, they can break down a team when they want to, yeah? Man United can't break down a team. So if Arsenal come and they shit back,
bro.
They ain't got creativity.
Arsenal saying they're looking for creativity. Listen, I'm not here to believe in Arsenal, bruv. I'm telling you, lot, we can do this thing. And Leipzig, watch, we're coming, fam. Martial with the fresh trim. Don't get me started, fam. Tellers and them, man. Cavani. Are you man mad, bro?
Martial's my guy, but I'm sure he ain't scored for hours and hours, bro.
All right, the goal's coming. The goal's coming. Remember, you said
Martial, yeah.
We'll beat Leipzig. We'll beat Leipzig. I'm confident we'll beat them. I think that's easy food, man. I think we'll do them. I'm not gonna lie. I think we'll do them easy food. I think Arsenal, where it gets a bit technical, because we don't know what Arsenal team's gonna turn up. We don't know how they're gonna be. So
we don't know what Man United team's gonna turn up.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I do think if Oli can just play the ballers, man. Obviously, play the ballers, man. Trust your players, play the ballers. And another thing I wanted to say is, Ollie clearly's got Bruno bias. That's what I call it now. He's got the Bruno bias.
He put him everywhere.
Exactly, right? And I'm not gonna lie, for about maybe half an hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, Bruno wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And I think that even on his worst day, he can pop up with a little assist or whatever. But Donny's probably looking at that like, raw, my man's actually playing dead like for like 25 minutes. Like, let me get on. So he needs to, as a manager, he needs to, you know, he needs to be a big manager and make them type of calls there. I think Bruno needs a rest anyway. I've said that before. He needs a rest.
Let's go.
And with these big games coming, it doesn't look like he's going to get one anytime soon. Carl says, big up to y'all for the content. I want Martial on the left. Let him go at defenders. Ollie riding the wave might end up making us finish without Europe. So yeah, kind of siding with A2 there. Abhinav says everyone overreacts every time it's not a win. We play Chelsea, who have spent 200 million in their attack, and we were the dominant team. So another way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it there. A2, to finish off, who was your man of the match tonight and why?
This is tough, man.
It's tough.
I'll probably say Lindelof. I feel like he had a steady game. I like when Lindelof has a steady game, man, because he's activated. But everyone else, I couldn't really choose, man. Lindelof was steady though.
DJ?
I probably will say Fred, man. I'll say Fred. The reason why I say Fred, man, he had another steady game, man. He was in there amongst a lot of ballers in there, and he was on them like white on rice. So I have to appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Fred for me. I'm in church right now.
I'm getting Aaron Wan-Bissaka, bro. I'm getting Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Defensively sound. Be realistic. I am realistic. Shut your mouth. No, I'm playing. That's so disrespectful. Yeah, listen, I'm realistic. Yeah, I'm getting Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man. I think he had a solid game. It was good. Go on.
Okay.
Who's your man in the match?
Mine's going to be Lindelof. Yeah, I think the fact that it is Lindelof tells you about the game, really. Rashford got into some decent positions, couldn't really correct the spot. Mata didn't play long enough, was okay. Dan James, the less said about that, the better. Pogba came on, did okay. McTominay, average today. Fred, okay. Yeah, between Bissaka and Lindelof, and even that's so slim pickings. There was so many average performances today. So yeah, all right, okay. This is the last thing. A2, we got 6 points to play for within the next week. 3 points against Leipzig, 3 points against Arsenal. How many points are we getting out of 6?
I say 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna win one of them. I don't know which game we'll win, but we'll win one of them.
DJ, is it a 6-pointer for you?
6, man. Easy, man. Like, I'm telling you now, man. We got enough. I've looked at our squad, yeah. If we can get the system right, we got enough firepower there, and we got enough in defense, man. Take them out, easy. 6 points. I'm calling it now. Remember, 6 points. 6 points.
I don't even think I'm gonna ask KG. Look at him.
There's no point, though. There's no point.
Guys, listen. We come to the end of the stream. Some dope opinions, man. That's what it's all about. Please don't get the wrong. I think sometimes people in the comments like get the wrong end of this. Like, this is what football banter. This is what football discussion is all about. If everyone just agreed on everything, then I think just life in general would probably be boring, isn't it? So big up. It was a 0-0 draw. At least we could all come here and, you know what I'm saying, catch a little bit of a vibe and stuff like that. Keep blessed during the week, guys, and hopefully we go and get them the 2 W's within the week.
Yeah, 6 points, easy.
And if you're bored, if you're sad, just watch my video. I dropped a comedy video, me on Take Me Out, bro. It's fire. You seen it?
Is it on your YouTube channel or on your Instagram?
No, on the Instagram, man. Go there. It's on Hackney's Finest. That's how you know it's lit.
Okay, cool. A2, you know what I'm going to say, bro. Whenever the project's coming, I don't know if you want to say too much.
My guy. Working.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, every time, bro.
Love that. Okay, DJ, peace. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.
Sure.